Now, as this war enters day 18, we're looking at some of those defining images coming in from the war-torn country of Ukraine. Let's have a quick look. Now, due to continuous shelling, Kharkiv has been destroyed by Russian troops. You can see on your screens here, buildings have been completely destroyed, cars have been burnt. There is no sign of livelihood. People trying to ascertain the extent of damage done by invaders.
Только сейчас я вижу последствия того, что я пережил позавчера. Из какого ада я выбрался. По этой улице я эвакуировался.
And Russian troops continue to target civilians. A Russian tank has been crushed. In fact, a car has been crushed with several civilians inside near Zaporizhia city. According to reports, 2 adults and a teenage boy has been burned to death in that car. And Russian troops destroy the capital city of Kiev. On your screens here are images of horror, bodies lying all over, buildings and cars are in ruins. You can also see a charred Russian tank. And a Russian missile attacked a car parking area in Mykolaiv city. The visuals on your screens here showing a missile that's hit the civilian areas and private facilities, not sparing none. There's damage here that's been caused by attacks unknown. So far, it hasn't been asserted. Meanwhile, Russian air raid causes widespread damage. These visuals on your screens here are from Bishev village on the outskirts of Kiev. You can see shelled buildings, burnt vehicles, the debris of damaged houses lying all around. Amid heavy shelling, Ukrainian troops escort civilians out of the town of Irpin. Army personnel holding guns can be seen guarding people while they are crossing a makeshift bridge, making their way to buses waiting to evacuate them. Well, this video here showing a tank firing on a building and setting it on fire. Russian tank can be seen firing on residential apartment buildings in Mariupol city, the port city of Ukraine. New imagery here showing the devastation that's been inflicted on the besieged city. Now, these images are shared by Russian Defense Ministry, which shows the Russian airborne forces landing and taking control of airfield in Ukraine. You can see paratroopers standing near a fence and aircrafts that can be seen behind that fence. Now, invaders that have caused heavy losses to the Ukrainian army. These images here showing damaged Ukrainian vehicles and ammunition all on the outskirts of Kherson. The footage here shows how vehicles have been burned. They're all now reduced to debris, shelled cars as well as boxes of ammunition that have been left behind. Shelling continues on residential buildings in Mariupol by Russian troops. On your screens here are images of air attack. Explosions can be seen on top of the buildings, followed by plumes of smoke. Here you see mass destruction in Kharkiv due to overnight shelling by Russian troops. A residential building has been gutted in fire after heavy strikes by the invaders. Vehicles have been burned. Streets are now covered in debris. Now, following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, anti-war protests erupt in Finland's capital city of Helsinki. Thousands of protesters took to the streets, marched in support of Ukraine. Now, widespread destruction noticed all around Ukraine. It turns now fierce. On your screens here is a scary aftermath of heavy bombing that's caused by relentless attacks by Russian forces in Ukrainian town of Kharkiv in Kiev region. Now, the aftermath of the attacks has left the capital, Kiev, and adjoining cities deserted and devastating conditions. We're seeing that glaringly as the visual here showing how bomb craters have been completely destroyed. They've destroyed residential areas, homes, damaged buildings in Ukraine's Bishiv village.